Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Adamus Prime here coming at you with another video in regards to Jurassic World Evolution. Now, something that I figured I'd go ahead and do as a nice way to unwind, and I went ahead and started a little bit, but it's been 2.5 years since I've played this game, and like I said in my thank you to 1,000 subscribers video, there are so many things that I just haven't explored. I don't know exactly what all has been added and how cool it can be, but I figured what is a better way to get used to a game again rather than just to build what you think Jurassic Park should be. Now, I know I did a Dream Park series, but I feel like I kind of rushed that. I was rewatching it, and I feel like I kind of rushed it. Didn't actually take into the aesthetics, and now we actually have extra scenery things to put into the game. So I figured I'd go ahead and give it a redo and see how it looks. Now, some of the things that I went ahead and skipped over, just like some of the basic boring things, I just kind of made an open square here. Added in a whole bunch of shops. The toy stores have to be at the entrance and at the end, right? Anywhere you go straight in, boom, you have to buy some toys. Oh, I just realized this toy store entrance. Oh yeah, one looking as soon as you come in, and one as you're exiting. That's great. Didn't plan that out, but I'm glad that worked out. And then obviously so on and so forth, just to kind of boost the star rating after we go on. And then I figured there would be like a low-end hotel area over here and a higher-end hotel area over here, because as you can see, I've cleared all the forest and everything is open. And I figured I would start putting dinosaurs and exhibits over here. Now, some of you may be like, whoa, what is that I just skipped over? And there's already an exhibit. Well, but with this, I figured with the Innovation Center, I figured I'd go ahead and actually like pop it up, give it something really cool and nice to look at. An aesthetic feeling. So I went ahead and did some of the new landscaping tools added. I think it was called Arid, which is kind of like the deserty landscape feel. I sanded it down, added the arid texture over top of it, gave it all that desert grass and desert plant look. Added some, I'm not entirely sure if these are palm or coconut trees. I'm not entirely sure, but I like the way that they look sitting alongside here. Use some of the extra rocks to kind of base in. I was going to go with the symmetrical look, but it ended up not being what I felt like it was. No. But, you can't really go wrong whenever you're building in with the Innovation Center right here. Just that building alone is absolutely wonderful. Now, and then also what I figured I would do for guests who want to pay a little extra, obviously it serves no in-game function, but as you can see, these little ants or little goats crawling around in here. I figured why not? Why not go ahead and give it an area where you can go ahead and open up a gate, climb through, and just come through here and have a nice scenic walk and see where our goats come from. Now, obviously, no one's going to understand about the lizard people underground or the mold people underground that actually produce our goats, but, it's nice to come in here and see where we might stock our goats. I don't know, just a thought, because I've always wondered, where do the goats come from in this game if they just come from a random hole in the ground, right? No, but yeah, so I figured I'd start with that. Alright, so that's a little introduction as to what we've done so far. Now, I would just like to go ahead and keep continuing on and see how I can actually create this into a park. Now, I had mentioned that I want to go ahead and create this over here into the first exhibit area, if you will. So what I think I'm going to do is put this kind of off in the corner here, so that way I don't have to worry about guests wandering over here, per se. Oh, and also, yes, I am in the sandbox setting. I don't have to worry about power. I don't have to worry about much of those. If you guys would like me to turn on the dinosaur stuff, like if they're going to fight, if they can die, etc., go ahead and just let me know. But as for now, I just figured I'd go ahead and leave it as is, just to kind of get a nice ease into it. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to need to extend this path, of course. Let's continue with a straight line if we can. Not too far for now, maybe just 2 segments. Now, I don't really want a super fancy path. However, I am going to want something to follow around the curvature of this hotel, so that we can enter into this successfully. The workers, that is. Oh, I almost lined that up perfectly. I like it very much. Alright, so with this, I think we're going to go ahead and go into the success rate, because I'm not sure if there's a setting to where you can fail the incubations or not. I figured I would. Now, while we're doing this, I figure I would go ahead and put in... I've already modified the genome for these guys. Or at least I thought I did, sorry. The Brachiosaurus is what's going to be our first dinosaur. And some of you will be like, oh, wait, you don't even have your actual exhibit set up. Well, that's okay. This guy's going to take a pretty long time. So what I like to do is I like to throw the hummingbird on all of the spots. It boosts the rating tremendously and the lifespan. Alright, there we go. So it's 10% plus our 90%, and it's going to have its own skin, so that's very nice. Let's get the second one going. And I did tropical, I believe, on the last one. Rainforest, sorry. So let's go with the steep, or step, however it's pronounced. Alright, there we go. So I like how that's coming along so far. Now we have to actually build the enclosure. Now something that not very many people know is that you actually don't have to build all the way around on the exit, or on the edges of the map, because the dinosaurs are pathed to not need to go in there. So what I like to do is I like to give it just enough to where I know it's going to be safe, and I'm not going to have to worry about any of this. So maybe I build and then I'll stop it at that one. But going through there, as you can see, our edge of map line, they're not going to get through there. Probably overbuilt it a little bit too. And it looks like that comes out at a almost perfect angle too. So let's curve this along here. I'll set this up here, because I'm going to add some viewing platforms to go along with it as well. So maybe I'll bring it back a little bit more. And then for this, probably go with some heavy steel fencing. Yeah, I think that's back far enough to kind of like make a line, etc. And then we'll just... Ooh, I don't think that's going to follow the same curvature as this fence here, is it? Let's see if we can try our best to match it up. Maybe there? Oh no, that's definitely not it. Technical difficulties, of course. Whenever you're trying to build something that you would like to be exactly how you want it, it usually ends up being a little difficult. I think I'm going to go with that. I think that about does it. Oh, no. There's a couple of the goats that escaped earlier while I was trying to figure out how to keep them enclosed in. And of course they're going to obstruct my building. And a lot of you may be thinking like, whoa, that's going to be a massive exhibit. You know, that's exactly what I'm planning. You know, kind of like the Herbivore Valley. I would like to turn this first one into just a massive herbivore area. Alright, let's bring this as far over as we can. Add some more concrete. Cutting into the side here, so that way we don't have to worry about too much. And let's see, you'll probably build it, yeah, right there and call that good enough. Let's see. Now, I would also like to go ahead and come in here and cut into just a little bit. Let's see, probably start my cut right here. And I'll eventually probably come back around. Yeah, right about here would be alright. So let's go ahead and forge this in. Kind of want to go with a little bit of a curvature. Here we go. Now I gotta ease into it. There we go. I gotta zoom out a little bit, make sure I'm gonna meet where we're going. Let's go ahead and give it a nice... Ooh, that was too deep of a curve for sure. I think we'll just go ahead and meet it up straight here. Not the prettiest, but I think it'll be great, because what I'm imagining is that I'm going to go ahead and continue this main walkway all the way down to the end. Have a couple viewing platforms on the edge here, edge here as well, and then like a couple gyro stations maybe. And gyro stations to take it actually through the valley, and we'll mess with the landscape a little bit to kind of add some depth into it rather than just this relatively flat plain for now. I think that'll be real nice. Oh, look at that little goat still getting kind of lost in the fray. Alright, let's see if we line this up to be straight enough. Uh-oh, looks like we're going to have to curve this just a hair. And then curve it back just a little bit as well. There we go. Perfect. I think that'll do. Oh, that's going to bug me a little bit. But that's okay. That shouldn't be too bad. Oh, also, before we go ahead and start grabbing these dinosaurs and getting them out here, of course we're going to need a asset containment unit. I kind of don't want this to be kind of out in the center anywhere. Maybe we can kind of tuck it in behind here. I think if we tuck it in behind here, it wouldn't be too bad. I think anything professional behind the scenes should kind of stay hidden. So that way the guests still remain like they're still safe and everything else like that. I think that would be the way to do it. Now we'll just go with the normal pathing again. Lock it. Yep, there we go. I think there's a nice transition over there. Now I wonder how we can hide this. Let's mess around with some of these tools and let's see if we can just go ahead and build a forest over here. Enough trees maybe to block it off. I know trees over here, especially by flying helicopters, is not ideal. But as you can see, we're already kind of elevated up above the trees at the landing zone or the area of takeoff. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal to mess with it. Just throwing some more trees along the side here just to kind of hide it as best as we can. Alright, so some of those extra scenery details that I was talking about, let's see if we can put in a tree. Oh, perfect. Just slam a couple trees down. Maybe not so much those ones. Oh, now I just got rid of that tree. What's going on? I wonder if we could put down this. Oh, whoa. Definitely not. That's definitely going to get in the mood in the way of everything. I think this will be a good shaded tree to hide off. This is obstructed by the other tree. Can't random rotate it at all. You know what? I think that's going to be just fine. People aren't going to be paying too much attention into it. As you're looking down at it, you can't really tell. Oh, you do have a good view of the helicopter, but that's not too bad. Okay, so there we go, we're rolling. What else can we throw in here? Let's go ahead and throw in a couple of these. I think one viewing platform. Oh, it's obstructed a little bit. See if we move it back down this way a little bit. No? Oh, this is what I was worried about, not having enough room to throw these in here. That's right, I'll fix that before the beginning of next episode. So what I think is I'll throw this at the very end because it gives it a good view. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Pretty much splits it right there. Perfect there. Let's go ahead and throw in a nice side viewing gallery as well. I'm probably not going to be able to fit that here either. Oh, great. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to come over here, fix the path. So here's where the curve begins. And the curve straightens out here. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Take off the place. Now if we just build this straight and then do one curve at the very end, should have plenty of space to do everything that we're trying to do here. Alright. Oh, that's too deep of a curve. Probably reading a little bit too much into it for your guys' taste, but I think it's a good way to go about this. Let's go just above the snap. Curve it off a little bit. Could be a little bit better, but I'll appreciate it later on whenever I don't have to worry about it too much. Let's do the same thing here. Let's throw in a viewing gallery. Ooh. I think the viewing gallery as far right as we can will be the right way to go. And I think another viewing platform right out into the center of it. That'll be absolutely perfect. Now the only bad thing is we're going to have to make sure we go ahead and connect that real quick. Oh, and you know what? That kinda helps hide the hideous curve we've got going on. Since it's right there at the curve point, it helps it hide it a little bit. It could be a whole lot better, but you know, I'm not going to complain exactly too much. Alright, so there we go, guys. We're hitting 16 minutes here. I think that's a good start. I'm super excited to build the entire Herbivore Valley here and go on into it. Maybe we'll do like a... I don't know, maybe something hidden and I'll fence it off and do something back here. Yeah, go ahead and leave down comments down below if you guys made it this far. Let me know what you guys are going to want to see with it. I'll be monitoring all the comments to see if you guys want something specific thrown in here. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you. Bye.